Unipat, a beautiful unicorn, is admired by other unicorns. Meanwhile, Irshakorn, hated by other unicorns, was jealous of Unipat. Because of his jealousy, he decided to break off Unipat's horn. Now, Unipat became sad and needs our help to bring his magical horn back to its form.
The slinky is attached to the headband that will be worn by the players on their forehead, swinging it forward and backward. How to play the game. First, the player must wear the headband with the slinky attached to it on his forehead while facing the floor. 2. He must put his hands on his back. 3. He must turn around 10 times.
Timer will start at player's first attempt or swing of the slinky.
4. He must swing the slinky forward, then balance it on his forehead for 3 seconds. The player must not make any physical contact with the spring, or else they will be disqualified.
The player must use an adequate amount of force in order to successfully swing the slinky upward, so it ends up coiled and resting on his forehead.
Slowly but surely, key goal to winning this game. Physics concept. Force, the push or pull of an object. Pink unicorn involves this concept because the player pulls the slinky in the direction that his or her head is moving, and able to balance the slinky on top of his forehead. The player must only use the adequate amount of force to successfully balance it back on top of his forehead. Work. Pink unicorn involves this concept because when the player is positioned downward, facing the floor, and balances the slinky by whipping his or her head upwards, he or she is doing work.
Newton's second law of motion, the law of acceleration. An object that has an unbalanced force acting on it will accelerate in the direction of that force. Pink unicorn involves this concept if the player moves his or her head forward. The unbalanced force is the player's head, and the slinky will not be as easy to balance.
Newton's third law of motion, the law of interaction. For every action, there is an equal or opposite reaction. This concept applies to pink unicorn because when the player whips their head back, the player pulls on the slinky with the use of their head as the action, and the slinky is pulling on the forehead as the reaction. The slinky and the head exerts the same amount of force that makes the slinky balanced above the player's forehead.
Gravitational potential energy is the energy an object possesses because of its position in the gravitational field. When the slinky falls, its bottom part won't move because the tension of the rest of the slinky pulls up and balances the force due to the pulling down of the gravity, until such time that the slinky is fully compressed and it falls as a whole with the acceleration due to gravity.